new generation of wealth builders.
Hello and good evening to everyone. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Z Freaks, and today I'm joined by Jai, none other than Jai, our ano ba? Jai, how would you introduce yourself? Yung aking co-pilot tonight. Yon. And yeah, for those of you na hindi pa nakakakilala sa akin, I've been trading and investing the financial markets for over a decade now. Nagsimula tayo sa PSE tapos pumasok sa US markets, tried Forex, sunog tayo doon. Crypto, NFTs, been there, done that, and still here, guys. And it's very important na sasabihin ko to sa inyo because most of the time, people think na nandito lang tayo last cycle. Pero halos lahat pinasok na natin. And today, we are here to bring you our Monday market updates. And I hope you guys are excited. Alam kong matumal at medyo madugo yung market, but I want you guys to be excited and I want to shift your perspective on something that's very important this season. Because if you have not gotten the memo yet, we are in a bear market. So this is, matagal na actually yung 100 MA nasa taas pero we just needed that confirmation to say, hindi, bear market na talaga. May pag-asa pa kaya to or something like that. So syempre, we wanna make sure na hihimayin natin, like, we wanna make sure that you understand like what or where are we in the market cycle para hindi kayo maging caught off guard, no? Parang we always talk about probabilities, we always talk about what could possibly be next or what are the things that we can do so that we can prepare and hindi tayo hindi tayo magra-round trip sa market kung nandito kayo last 2 years tapos nag-chill tayo ng MMU. We've been talking about a lot of things for the past 2 years and now things are shifting and parang ang hirap kasi sabihin na all good things must come to an end. Hindi naman necessary na kailangan mag-end yung market or may opportunities pa rin naman kahit bear market tayo. So shout out to you guys. May mga gusto ka bang i-shout out dyan, Jai, tonight? Yung mga madalas nating kasama dito. Buti nandito si Jay. Meron tayong mga mga mentors, mga coaches na that are here tonight as well, watching, listening to our MMU. Yes. Oo, andito din si Clyde, ayun. So, nako. Anyways, ayan, grabe, nakakatawa, no? Like, ano ba yung mga key takeaways mo dun, Jai, dun sa natin, sa event natin na yun? Actually, sumali lang kami, guys, parang we got invited to join. And then sabi ko, sige na nga, let's go. And then, ayun, ako, si Jai, at saka si Jake, dapat kami tatlo yung magte-trading team. Yun pala, dalawa lang eh. So, we ended up na kami lang at saka si Jake. We ended up, oo nga eh, pang-isahan lang. Ang weird nga nung ko eh. Sabi ko, dapat ba ako nandito? Kasi parang yung iba tig-iisa lang eh. Tapos ako yung bubulong-bulong eh. Parang feeling ko out of place ako dun eh. Anyways. Pero yun. Yeah. Oo. Actually, nakakatuwa ngayon i-dissect eh. Maganda sana kung meron tayong dissection nun. Dapat may mga interview questions din after. Pero nakakatawa lang na ganun yung outcome. It was like 1 hour lang kasi yung buong competition and it's basically for scalpers eh. Kung hindi ka scalper, kawawa ka. Ako hindi naman ako scalper pero we ended up second place. So buti naman di olats eh. May isa sana, $25 na sana yung kita niya. 25% gain, no? Tapos biglang binawi. Yun. Talaga? 45%? Yeah. Grabe. Ayun. Grabe, no? Ayun, yun nga pala yung ano, biglang nagsigawan yung mga tao, no? Yeah, pero anyways. Ay, grabe. If, oo. Pero ganun nga, no? Like, parang katulad lang ng competition na yun, guys. Kasi that was kinda like, parang, ano lang yan eh, parang siyang reflection of what everybody or every trader goes through. It's like, hindi siya, it doesn't matter how you start. Sometimes kasi some people, they start with the wrong foot, with the wrong style, strategy. What's important is how you finish, di ba? Dapat finish strong or finish ka na tama. And that's why we're all here. We want to make sure that everybody just gets to finish the right way or strong. Para halimbawa ito, tapos na yung bull market, right? I mean, there's still a possibility na mag-revive, pero that's just a probability. For me, I'm looking at the numbers eh, kasi anybody can say like it's a bull market, Bitcoin's still gonna go to 300K. Like, ano ba yung sinabi ni Eric Trump recently? Q4 is gonna be unbelievable for your crypto bags. Hay, unbelievable talaga kasi nagkasunog-sunog yung karamihan. Ako din eh, affected din ako currently sa, ano, sa galaw ng market. Ikaw ba? Ano mako-comment mo doon? Yeah. Oo nga eh, no? We're gonna shock the world. Guys, sino ba yung mga biktima ng ganun? Yung may mga hope yung, no? Tapos biglang we're gonna shock the world. Ayun, shock talaga. Yung nangyari. So, yes. Yes, ganun talaga eh. Parang exactly. Let's go back to the basics eh. Parang kumbaga, it's important to know what are the things that we can trade, no? What are the things that we can invest in? Kasi syempre, there will still be that sentiment or what are the things that people will still believe in. So, there are things that will not go away like meme coins, hindi yan mawawala eh. Pero syempre mag-evolve at mag-evolve yung pera. And what's important is that we get to understand how the DNA works. How does the DNA of money looks like, and so that when there are emerging trends, there are emerging narratives, mahuhuli natin siya early. And pag nakita natin na okay, patapos na to, then we shouldn't be marrying our bags. Ganun yung sinasabi nila, di ba, when it comes to here. Pag nag-bend na yung trend, edi dapat dun ka nang umexit, or if you know how to short, then you short. And ayan, welcome guys. Intro pa lang yan ng ating Monday Market Updates. Isa pang marami tayong mga itatakal. Yes, marami tayong itatakal tonight. Actually, there's going to be part 1 and part 2. So sasabihin ko na siya in advance. So this is going to be announcements na portion, no? And then we get into the charts. So one thing that I like you guys to understand is that we're gonna be having 2 parts. So this is the part 1. Part 2 will be on Wednesday. So this is going to be for the people na who signed up with our partner link with OKX. So I'm going to be teaching for the first time dun sa yung webinar is hinahanda na. So it's gonna be on Wednesday evening. So we'll see kung 9 p.m. ba. We'll see kung ano yung magiging available. I'm waiting for Steph for the schedule eh. Kasi alam ko meron ding crypto webinar or crypto podcast during that time. But anyways, guys, ayan, that's our first announcement. Wednesday, make sure that you have signed up or you have your OKX partnership account with us. If you don't have yet, then ano nga ulit yung code natin, Jai? Exchange nga pala, yan. So, guys, ayan, already posted it in the chat. So, this is basically the link to our partners. Marami pa actually akong ginagamit na mga exchanges, pero we've already curated which ones are good, which ones are lamang over the other. So up to you guys kung ano yung mga gusto nyo na gamitin. Lahat yan, if you're going to be opening with our accounts, either there's a 50, I think ang pinaka maliit na discount na na-ask ko sa mga partners natin is 15%. So I think that's a better deal. Ang pinakamalaki na nakuha natin is 20% off your trading fees. If you're a VIP, we can up that to 25%. Pero this is just our way to create a win-win for everyone. It's a win for our community because you get discount on fees. It's a win for the partners because, well, whether we like it or not, if we're going to be using an exchange anyway, kikita sila from our fees. And at least may may mga rebates. And may mga pag-giveaways din sila na parang binibigay sa atin, especially if we give them business. Also, that's our way to support our coaches. If you are, I think may mga coaches tayo dito, iba-iba na exchange yung ginagamit nila as well. It's our way to give them opportunity para a sustainable way kasi hindi naman pwede na they would just give value and then hindi ko sila babayaran. Mahirap na. So guys, those are just the things that we are getting from our partnerships. And ano pa ba? We have a meetup. We have a community meetup coming soon. I think it's going to be kailan ba, Jai? Is it Saturday? We have an announcement already. Teka. Ayun. Yes, somewhere in QC. Hindi pa namin pwede guys hindi pa namin pwedeng i-disclose yung buong details because we don't want any joy reservers. Baka kasi mamaya may mag-joy reserve tapos hindi pupunta and then, sayang naman yung spot. These are all, kumbaga, for citizens and also for Eternals, these are free. So again, free event. For explorers, there's a little bit of a payment, pero guys, sulit yung buong event. Yun lang yung masasabi ko, alright? So just come, just register. Just come, just register. The location is going to be in QC. And anong oras ba to, Jai? May time ba tayong masasabi? Ayun. Alright, sige. Oo. Ayan. Ayan. Yeah, sige. We made sure kasi na muna yung mga we get to cater to our community first. And then people who are just hearing it for the first time, you pwede kayong mag-sign up. Like we just want to make sure that walang magrereklamo. So ayan. And don't worry guys kasi this is just a restart of the community meetups. Magkakaroon tayo. We'll do our best so that every month meron tayong community meetup. Just this meetup is going to be different kasi kumbaga parang unlike the usual we would do charting, this one less charting, more hangout, and then baka mamaya may mga more alpha tayong makukuha dito. So hope you guys can come. Again, kami na bahala sa hood and kami na bahala sa location. Just come. Alright? Celebrate tayo kasi kahit papano, kahit na market is in a bear market, no? Hindi siya yung in-expect natin. Still, we made some good money through this run. So, yan. That's for announcement. You can check the chat as well for the sign up link for that one. And other announcements before we proceed, we do have our sale. Again, sinasabi ko na to sa inyo guys, by next week na the sale for Wealth Builder, for technical intensive, if you want to learn just technical trading, or if you want to learn airdrops, yield farming, anything that is, I wouldn't say not related, no, but parang additional ways to make money in the Web3 space. This is going to be the course for that. That's going to be in collaboration with me and also Focus Fire Trader or Jake. So marami siyang mga natutunan this season eh. Gusto niya ring ilabas, parang katulad nung sa akin nung nag-LP ako for Hindi ako nagturo for almost 2 years yata. Bago ako nagturo ulit. But yeah, we're gonna be teaching the stuff we know, and of course, since it's bear market edition, the topics are going to be heavily focused on how to prepare you for the bear market. And so, I think those are the three announcements that I have. Let me just check one last time. Baka mamaya meron pa akong nakalimutan, no? Wait lang. Okay, so I think ayun lang. Ikaw ba, Jai? Meron pa ba tayong mga announcements before we continue? Ano pwede naman. Sige. May event sa YGG. I just got invited pero I'm not hard shilling it kasi parang hindi naman out of place ako sobra eh. This is for gamers, so people in the Web3 gaming community. I'm not sure why they invited me. I'm like, why am I here? But, teka, hindi ko na mahanap yung poster na yun eh. I think they posted it in X. So, teka, hanapin ko muna yun. Pero guys, nandun ako sa if ever you're going, then you might be able to bump if we bump into each other, just say hi. Tapos, I'm gonna go Thursday. I think Miles is gonna go as well. He's gonna go there on Thursday naman. So, teka, check ko lang Parang andito yan eh. May airdrop. Hindi ko alam guys. Teka. Saan na ba yun? Replies yata eh, or tags. Parang meron nakalimutan ko na or dito yata sa notifications. Hindi nandito sa notifications. Alam ko nandito yun eh. Wala eh. Congrats. Ano ba to? Congrats. Ito. So, you guys can see my screen naman, no? Teka, icons of play. And so, there you go. So, if you guys... a free pack... I'm not sure, guys, if you can still do this. But yeah, I'm just gonna post the link here. All right. Anyway, ayun lang. Parang for some reason, napunta lang ako dyan. Nasama nila ako. So, at least I did my part, no? Sige, some exposure. Ako yung naging product eh. Sige, join ka. Bigyan ka namin ng pass. Anyways. Talaga lang Okay. Sige. Anyways, sige guys, let's continue. Ano namumula? Ang markets? Ayun, namumula na nga ang markets. Oo nga eh. Dalawa yan eh, no? Ano ko lang. Kayo naman, konting, biglang, biglang kinabahan bigla si Jay eh. Anyways. Ayan, good evening sa lahat. We are now going to be doing our market overview. What are the things that we should be expecting sa market and what are the things that we should be doing this season? All right, so I want you to first look at the weekly chart. So, naka-fib na. Nakalagay na yung fib. Sige. So, first is going to be this classic 2050-100 ang tawag nito, MAs. And I want you to look at itong dalawang instances na to. So these were the two instances where the 50 MA on the weekly held. Okay, hindi nag-close yung candle dyan sa 50 na yan. It just touched, tinapik lang siya, or lumagpas ng konti pero it closed above. And finally, we have here a breakdown from that 50 MA. And if you can see and observe over here, sa last natin as well na run, we have one here as well. 1, 2. And then on the third one, it tried to break and then finally bumigay din naman siya dito. And so imagine you seeing this kind of pattern. And I think I've already discussed this as well in previous posts and in previous MMUs. Pero I'll just try to jumble your kind of like refresh your mind as to what are the scenarios happening, right? So paano ko ba sabihin to? This is the first na parang ito yung last leg up actually nung last na cycle. This is the last leg up and then it was followed by a bull trap. And what we were hoping to see here sana is nag-hold itong 50 MA and then consolidate and then break out. Unfortunately, what happened was mukhang ito na yung naging last leg up. Sobrang saglit lang niya. Last leg up, and then afterwards, bull trap. Ayan o. So, akala mo, this green candle over here, oy, strong close on the weekly. Tuloy-tuloy na to. But unfortunately, when October hit, ayan o, talagang hit yung nangyari. And now, we are in this situation wherein we find ourselves with the 50 MA and the 20 MA above our prices. So, what can we expect? Okay? What are the things that we can expect? First thing is, there will be a chop. Okay, hindi siya dire-diretso babagsak dito sa 82K. Although, yan yung magiging next target natin, yung 100 MA on the weekly. Pero what you can expect or what we can expect is something similar to here. It's kind of like a grind muna, right? Bagsak na 2050. So, going to be a little bit of a grind, and then that kind of like, again, this is the highly probable scenario. Okay, I'm not saying na hindi to, baka mamaya biglang, papalitan yung, like, since we're all looking at it from a bear perspective, baka mamaya they're gonna do a surprise breakout tas tumuloy siya, no? So again, that is a possibility, but the probability of that having another leg up is very low. Okay, so the only time that I would have to say, or I would like retract my stance, is if we see a breakout from 116 to 118K, which is, I think, very slim chance na mangyayari. So right now, this is the status of the market. Normally, pag nagsimula yung week, and then nag-green siya, medyo kakabahan ako niyan, because pwedeng yan yung magiging wick for the week, and then babagsak, and then sasara ng green. Yun dapat yung pinaka-ideal So, yung mga green na nandyan, nako, medyo matatakot ako sa mga ganyan. Hindi ako necessarily magbabuy. I would most likely short these tokens. And that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to be very selective. Dati kasi parang ginagawa ko, I'm like spraying, and then hopefully may isa dyan tumama. Pero right now kasi medyo ganun na medyo hindi yung status ng market. And so I would like to say na just be defensive when it comes to positioning yourselves. Okay? And then the next thing that I want you to do is to expect a relief rally. So the relief rally is something that, hindi naman pwedeng dire-diretso siya na babagsak. Pwedeng bumagsak muna and then akyat and then biglang mag-relief rally. The relief rally could probably go as high as the weekly on the 20 MA and the 50 MA. So, hindi pa namumuo yung confluence na yon. It's still being formed. And so again, what I'm expecting is babagsak, consolidate, and then there's going to be a little bit of rally. Probably we'll see that December. And then afterwards, once January comes, baka may isang week and then babagsak na. So that's kind of like where I'm thinking this market is gonna be headed. So again, it might take weeks, it might take months, baka mamaya Feb pa yung relief rally tapos babagsak. So again, if any rallies happen, to me personally speaking, that will be my shorting opportunity. Ideally, mag-green lang to tapos mauuntog, or mag-green, consolidate, green, and then finally it will succumb to the next stage of the bear market, which is, again, if mag-rally to, itatrap niya lang yung mga taong nag-hope for a bull market, and then afterwards down. So those are my thoughts. Those are the things that I'm thinking, this market will be headed towards. And so very, very careful. I want everybody to be very careful on your next moves. Okay? So on the daily, you can see here, this is already an I-outs. Inverse alignment of the stars, which is a very strong downward move. Ang kabaliktad niyan kasi outs itong ganito So yung mga ganito, actually parang ito yung katumbas niyan this one, wherein price is above and then 20 nasa baba, 50, 100. So imagine binaliktad lang natin itong system na to and we get the inverse alignment. And as opposed to bull markets, as opposed to prices moving upwards, I would say mas mabilis yung bagsak. Mas mabilis yung bear market gumalaw, guys. So, meron tayong kasabihan, di ba? It's stairs going up, elevator down. That's how the markets unfortunately work. And if you're asking me, okay, boss, saan yung possible na babagsak yung market? Okay, so this is based on Fib. Nako, tagal ko nitong hindi ginagamit tong tool na to. Pero this is based on Fibs. And I want you to see itong 78. So this is kind of like the bare minimum. Na, kumbaga, this is the upper limit of where I'm looking. Hindi pa nga to yung lowest eh. This is the minimum for me na low. That's the 39 or the 40K. Where I think this will go could be somewhere over here. Pwede din gitna. So, hatiin lang natin to. Gitna niyang dalawa. Somewhere over here. Wait lang. So, somewhere probably here at the 28 to 39 levels. So, pwedeng dito. Gusto nating ilagay sa 25 para sarado, no? To 25 to 40. So, that's kind of like my current range where I'm anticipating this bull market. The low will happen. So again, normally kasi what happens is 78 itatouch and then konting overshoot. Yan, dyan maiinis yung mga tao sa overshoot na yan kasi some people they want very precise key levels. And so to me, a little bit of an overshoot, expecting these overshoots are better for your pockets than if you're gonna just be by the book and then think, dito na yan, tapos after that magbabounce. So that is my projection for Bitcoin. And during bear markets, it's very important that you keep your eyes wide open, because this is the time where you are gonna know which tokens are solid. Okay, which ones are probably the narratives of the next cycle. So Bitcoin is not gonna go away. It's still going to be the standard for crypto. So I'm not sure if Ethereum is going to do better, kasi si Ethereum sobrang olats niya nitong bull market. Itong run na to sobrang lala nitong performance nitong ETH. So again, I would probably be thinking na this could be a beta play. How many of you were thinking, after Bitcoin, Ethereum naman, right? Yung mga ganong klaseng mindset na yung mga cycles na people are peddling sa community or, in public. After Bitcoin moves, Ethereum naman ang sunod. After Ethereum, altcoins. But how many of you know that, Bitcoin and altcoins, they go hand in hand. Hindi yan Bitcoin lang yung gagalaw. Sol, if you were here 2 years ago when we were doing MMUs, dito tayo, di ba? Tapos hanggang sa bumagsak pa, sabi natin, sige lang, go lang. DCA planting season, and then, ayan, finally. I mean, this outperformed all the other alts that's out there. So, and only because ang laki ng mga crash na nangyari, ang lalaki ng mga negative catalysts that made Sol really crash hard. And so, ang laki din ng naging upside nun. So, if anyone here is into, let's say, data, like Jake is here, maybe you can help me out as well. I need people to have a deep dive with Sui, kasi itong si Sui, medyo hindi ako ganun kasigurado sa kanya. Why? I'm bullish with this speculative wise, but if we're looking into the fundamentals of things, right? Do people or do institutions really use Sui as opposed to Sol? So, ganun lang yung tanong ko eh. Kasi in the previous cycle, it was Ethereum prior to Solana. And then people discovered Solana, and Solana yung naging standard. So, Ethereum kind of like, yeah, okay, Ethereum's not gonna go away. But Solana did, a lot of things that Ethereum could not do. People build a lot of things in Solana. And so my question kasi now is that, yes, I'm bullish with Sui, I'm bullish with Sol, but if there's a Sol, if there's Sol and, Sol can solve the things na ginagawa naman ni Sui, then why still hodl Sui? Alright? So it's important to ask these questions because when the bear comes, guys, it number one, fundamentals will be secondary. All right? Bakit ko sinasabi na secondary si funda and not the first? Because the first one will always be sentiment. I had a really good discussion with the people last weekend, Saturday. And one of the questions our community asked was, like, what are the tokens that you're gonna be investing in, especially in the bear market, and what matters, right? What matters? Kasi I think ang pinakamalaking tanong was, we got into these investments, and bakit may mga times na sobrang ganda ng fundamentals, but unfortunately, the price doesn't reflect that. It's very undervalued as opposed to the fundamentals that are shown. And my answer to that was, bottom line, sentiment will always trump. Medyo play on words, pero sentiment will always trump. Meaning nun, if the sentiment of the public, or if, let's say, Trump sways public sentiment and says this is bullish, then most likely, if people with enough money will believe in that narrative, aakyat yun, kahit basura pa yan. And that is why you have tokens like, let's say, sana ba yun? Si Useless. Ayun, Useless. Alright. Yeah, you have tokens like Useless that go from here, from this price to this price. Right? Parang grabe. Ilang hundred thousands of market cap to biglang multi-millions. Right? Minsan ang iba, billions pa nga eh. But what is this? This is a meme coin. This token, this meme coin, will only be as strong as the people who have money continually supporting it and buying it, believing that there is value in it. And so we go into a deeper kind of like philosophy of the markets, which is everything is relative or everything is perceived value. Are you guys still following? Baka mamaya too deep na yung mga sinasabi ko. Baka gusto niya lang ng mga tips or what. Baka may inaantok pa sa inyo, guys, ha? Okay pa naman kayo, guys. So, I'm just gonna like give you some of the thoughts that I have. These are very raw thoughts. Things that I've been processing, things that I've been wrestling with being originally a technical trader. Again, guys, inikot ko na yan from being a speculative trader to becoming a technical trader and then also a fundamentalist. Dati, sobrang bash ko ng funda na yan eh. Pero ngayon, I understand as well the rules of each house make in the markets. And it's very important that you understand these things and not discount them thinking, wala namang silbi yan. Hindi naman yan, wala namang ibig sabihin yan. Bakit pa tayo maniniwala sa funda na yan? Lahat naman pala perceived value. Perceived value is part, or fundamentals is part of a deeper perceived value. It's a layer, right? Importante na may mga bobo sa market. Sorry guys kung sobrang crude ng language ko, no? But it's very important that there are people with a lot of money that just doesn't know how to deploy. Okay? Kasi kung wala yung mga taong yan, wala tayong next leg up. Wala tayong mga rallies that are insane. Wala tayong mga rallies na mga ganitong klaseng chart patterns. If you go to the last, yung mga OGs nitong run na to, PopCap, ito yung mga OG na mga memes na mga lumipad, di ba? Isipin nyo, grabe guys, from cents yan, no? Tapos umabot ng billion in market cap. Ano pa? Meron pa tayong whiff. Ito yung mga OG. Ayan, no? Tingnan nyo guys. Hindi lang nakikita yung totoong kulay nito, pero grabe, umabot ito ng 4 cents. $4, 4.5, almost 5. Pero tingnan nyo kung asa na siya ngayon, 40 cents. So isipin nyo guys, ilang percent yan? 90% discount, right? Grabe, yung lala. And so, imagine, people who bought these tokens with PopCat, Useless, imagine, talking to them during this stage. Walang papasok sa utak nila yan. Walang papasok, sasabihin nila 2 billion, 3 billion, 5 billion. Whiff, 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 popcat, popcat, popcat. Kung ano-ano na. Diba? It's like they're just throwing money away because they can. Alright? So, this season, this kind of cycle, these will always be present. Absurdity at the highest level. And again, these things must take place. Kasi yan yung part ng part yan ng transfer of wealth from the people who have wisdom to the people who have discipline to the people na nagtatapon lang ng pera believing fairy tales, believing narratives, and not knowing how to let go when the time comes na hindi na important or hindi na effective yung narrative. And so again, my question is, so some people might ask, Bossy, so that means basher ka na ngayon ng mga meme coins. You don't believe in meme coins anymore. No, guys, that's not the point. My point is that we should understand the narratives. We should understand the cycles. We should understand the players. Because this whole thing is a game. And if you don't know how to play this game, you will lose a lot of money. And one of the most important ways to understand this game is for you to understand trends. And that is through MAs. Very basic. MA pattern lang. Guys, buhay na kayo. Right? Itong AOTS or inverse alignment of the stars. Andito yan. Kita nyo guys. Ito yung 8 outs na to. Clear as day. But this is on a meme coin. People are saying, wala na yung outs na yan. Kung nangyari is nag-sell ka dito during that time na outs na, and then meron ng clear breakdown, I mean, it's very clear already. Alright, meme coin siya, and then people are like saying, malaking discount na yan. Pero hindi guys, that's the change of sentiment already. Yes, nag-bounce konti, pero tingnan mo yung overall trend. You would have probably saved a lot of money still and heartache if you would have exited when you saw this pattern. And kita mo naman siya ngayon, di ba? Ang laki na ng binagsak. So, even if you say that, hey, you know what? Like, may pag-asa pa to, or, ay, too late na mag-short dyan. Too late na mag-short. Alright? Masyado na akong late na mag-short. Dapat dito ako naka-short. If you just follow trends, the 100 MA above, yan yung pinaka-boss eh. Yan yung magsasabi kung asa na yung trend ngayon. Kahit na nag-rally pa yan dito, yan, kita nyo guys. Bumagsak pa rin siya sa systems na yan. And again, there will be bag holders, there will be people that will still believe in WIF, PopCat, Bonk, and stuff like that. But what's important is that you find the next season, the next cycle holders, the next season, the next meta. And that's where you will make some good money. And so, how do you find these? Syempre, be active in Twitter. And also, kung ayaw maging active sa Twitter, edi hanapin mo yung mga price actions, yung mga patterns na ganito, where you can see 150, 20 MA. Pero, when it comes to meme coin, medyo added layer lang siya. I would say the best way lang talaga, just to be on the safe zone, is look for those na pwedeng... Okay, think of it this way. If you were, the person pulling the strings on this market, on this game, what is the best asset that you can sell to people, sell to institutions, so that it would have some inherent or fundamental value? Alright? Syempre, number one would be Bitcoin. Why? Because the idea that Bitcoin is digital gold, that this is going to be like, you can't bring, let's say $1 million worth of gold and then transport it and then sell it at the same time within just clicks. Bitcoin solves that. So sometimes, ganun yung mga narrative na sinasabi, di ba? Which countries are accumulating Bitcoin because money should be scarce? There's only 21 million Bitcoin. How many Bitcoins have been lost, confiscated, and kung ano, right? And so, you have this heavily peddled narrative with Bitcoin. And so, this is going to be the first one that will make sense at certain levels. So, let's say, at current price, 93K, 100K. Ngayon, medyo people are still believers eh. People are still hopeful. People are still in a hope fume phase. And so, while we are still in this season, right? Whilst people are still believing this, mag-hodl yan or magiging choppy yung market until a point na tapos na mag-distribute yung mga kung sino mang tapos na mag-distribute, and then finally everything's just gonna fall apart. So the next tokens that will most likely have the narratives are, infrastructure tokens, programmable money, Ethereum, Solana, fast transaction speeds, BNB, BGB, OKB, these tokens that are by the exchange, for the exchange users. And so those are the things that you want to be getting in. So my question, balik tayo kasi baka mamaya makalimutan ko eh. Kung may mga idea kayo regarding Sui, like, I just really wanna close this kasi from my mind eh. Kasi in my mind, Sol is better than Sui. The community is there, the infrastructure, the institutions are already investing into Sol, and Sui is a speculative bet. Why would people go into Sui if there's already Sol? What's different? Right? Who's backing this? If there is none, then baka tanggalin ko na to sa list. Kasi baka mamaya, ako lang pala yung bullish dito, tapos biglang mabubullshit yung magiging positions natin, no? Meron pa naman akong hawak na Sui, pero again, medyo alanganin kasi yung mga ganito, yung mga ganitong wicks. Yung mga mahabang wicks na yan, it just signifies to me that there's really low demand into it. People are not looking at this and thinking, this is a really good steal, right? Unlike, for example, Solana, it wasn't as bad as Sui. Unlike, for example, Bitcoin, it wasn't as bad. Diba? Super saglit lang. Again, kasi people are believing in the narrative. So narratives are important because yun yung mga fundamentals, yun yung mga sasalo, yung mga fundamentalists na yan. Okay, sabihin ko na tayo kasi naging fundamentalist na ako. Kami yung sasalo. When the time comes na sobrang baba na ng presyo, thinking that hindi, undervalued na to. Because there's already that, kumbaga, there's already years of brainwashing that's successful, right? Mind programming to the people that will make sure that this will survive through time. So, baka in the future, merong magre-replace kay Bitcoin. But for now, it's going to be Bitcoin. That's going to be our safest bet at the moment. So, ayan, namumula na yung market. Parang gusto ko na ulit mag-short, no? Kaso, the last time that I was shorting live, nako, umakyat, guys. Baka merong makers ba? Baka gusto niyo ba subukan yung yung ating yung ating experiment. Hanap tayo ng ma-short tapos ilong nyo. Baka mamaya biglang kumita pa kayo, guys. Ay nako, alam niyo ba yung mga shinort ko last time, naging crime candle pa? Jelly at saka si Jelly, OG, ano pa ba? Grabe, ang kulit eh. Si Useless lang yung talagang sabi ko, I'm just gonna, alam ko babagsak to and gusto kong may passive income ako and that's why shinort ko yun. But anyways, ayan. Sid is asking, highly probable 2026 is bear, sir? 2027 planting? I would say yes, highly probable that is going to be the schedule for this next cycle. So I mentioned during the meetups that the cycle ends or the fast, sorry, ulitin ko yung, I'm just gonna try to catch my thoughts. The faster the downtrend, the faster the cycle finishes or completes. And so, if the cycle finishes, meaning, for example, 2026, tapos na yung bear, what needs to happen for 2026 to finish? Alright, kasi pag sinabi natin 2026 is planting season, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think 2026 is going to be a really big bear chop. And 2027 is going to be somewhat start of the planting season. Alright, where humihina na yung bear, there will still be sideways, pero that's the time that you will be planting for the sideways chop. So kikita ka ng yields through when the sideways happens, and then, nag-iipon ka nung mga coins na gusto mong pag-ipunan. So, very important that we prepare for these things. And so, ayan, check ko lang din yung mga comments nyo. So sad si Sui. No demand for me, lack of developers pa, sabi ng founder ng Rootlets. Yeah. So, thank you guys sa mga nagbibigay ng inputs on Sui. Kasi I really need to see this eh. Parang to me, I want to see more. Kasi, like you or like most, I'm still believing in the bags or in the tokens that I'm holding at the moment. Sui is one of those na heavy ako. Or or I'm planning to be heavy. Pero again, nagdadalawang isip ako. I wanna test my thoughts. Are these just my thoughts? Am I truly bullish? Did I do enough due diligence? Or am I just too lazy right now and, just leaving it up to my bias? And ayoko nang ganun. Gusto ko may magsabi sa akin na parang, hindi, mukhang hindi maganda na to kasi ganito, ganyan, ganyan. Alright? Just so that may kabangga ako ng ideas. Kasi mahirap kung puro tayo naging echo chamber, no? Lahat tayo, 150k Bitcoin. So, kung lahat tayo nag-iisip ng 150k Bitcoin, yung mindset natin ganito. We're gonna go to the markets and then we're going to be looking at the price range. Okay, if we have bought Bitcoin here and then umabot ng 150, yan, 60% up tayo. Paano kung nag-leverage pa ako ng 100x, no? Wow. Edi, ilang percent na yung kita ko, ilang mansion na yung mabibili ko. Ganito yung mindset na makukuha natin kung lahat tayo pare-pareho ng community. Walang nagkikip sa atin in check, 'di ba? So mahirap yung ganun. Alright? Boss Z, nag-start ka na ba gumawa ng future grid bots for bearish bias? Yes, gumawa na ako actually. Pero with Bitcoin hindi pa kasi I'm waiting for the bounce. So again, hindi ko alam kung saan yung bounce na yan. Baka mamaya bumagsak muna tayo bago mag-bounce. Hopefully hanggang 89k lang siya bago bumalik. I do believe that like high chance talaga to. Bumagsak muna bago umakyat. Usually ganun yung nangyari. Ang mahirap kung ito yung week and then biglang mas bumagsak pa siya kasi strong candle si weekly. Ayan o. Baka biglang dumiretso sa 100 MA. Wow, bagong pattern, no? Tuloy-tuloy yung red. This is gonna come to the news. I mean, malalabas sa news to if ever. But guys, these are the things that we need to discuss. Hard truths. We cannot just be bull posting all the time. I think I saw some people online that were posting very, very like hindi mo alam kung ano ba talaga yung stance niya. Meron yung stance niya, both bull at saka bear. I mean, hindi siya if-else statement, which is delikado. Parang bullish pa rin ako, pero, alam mo yun, parang may hopium. Hirap ng ganun. Anyway. So, Boss Z, gumagamit ka po ba ng hardware wallet para doon lagay mga hold spot? Right now, hindi. Kasi nasa exchange if ever eh. And then, meron din ako, right now, hindi pa ako nakapag-hardware wallet. Kasi baka mamaya, pag nag-hardware wallet din ako, hindi ko pa naturuan yung wife ko. Baka mamaya, hindi na makuha, no? Hindi na ma-recover in case something happens to me. Ayoko naman ganun. Anyway, reverse, planting naman for short, yes. Planting for short this 2026. So, dapat ganito yung mindset natin. One of the things I personally am doing is looking for meme coins to short. Yung mga meme coins na alam kong mamamatay or yung mga tokens na biglang nag-list, tapos wala na, parang deads na talaga siya. If you guys are into shorting meme coins na kakalabas pa lang, I think si Sean is here. So you can get into his show, I think every Monday din to or sometimes depende sa lalabas na token, no? Nagwe-webinar siya regarding this. So people who would like to learn how to scalp, how to quick trade itong mga basura na nagli-list, then you might want to to participate by getting the role na meron tayo. So he's our coaches under Mexi. So yan. Boss Z, I saw you buy 1 BTC. Ano pala nangyari doon? Good question. I have my 1 BTC over here. Baka mamaya ibebenta ko na to kasi mukhang pabagsak na eh. Nilagay ko siya sa DeFi Tuna. Dapat naka-USDC lang siya. I was originally looking for other places where to put the stables. And okay, let's just... I'm getting ahead of myself. Pero answering your question, andito pa siya sa lend at the moment. So yung 102 na yan, naging 101 na lang. Again, I was hoping na mas umakyat pa ngayon yung token. Baka mamaya umakyat pa siya, no? Pero we'll see anong gagawin niya at the moment. May tanong dito si Ranger, is Sui token unlock already exhausted? I have really no idea. with this one. Alam ko they were saying that Sui is a deflationary token, but again, to me, sentiment and demand, like meron ba talaga tong mga partnerships or wala? Kasi kung wala naman talagang nagbi-build sa kanila, edi olats. Doon tayo sa kung asan nagbi-build yung mga tao, which I believe most are really in Sol talaga eh. And some people are just discovering Sol, believe it or not, na parang, what? Doon kami sa EVM, meron palang mas maganda, di ba? Bakit dito? Ganyan. Ayan, MMT, ripe for shorting, sabi ni Sean. Grabe nga eh. Itong MMT, sabi ko na sa inyo guys, di ba? Like, I'm bullish with their product pero hindi sila nag-innovate, wala silang pakialam sa community. Baka may nakuha lang silang malakas na investor. Kaya wala silang pakialam. Tapos sinindikato and then after that, wala na, binenta na. Sige. So, paano daw si XRP? XRP, I think, tapos na eh. Like, if we're gonna be looking at XRP right now, you see here, outs na siya. Oh, ayan guys, what mean nyo? IOUTs na. Andito yung IOUTs. Tapos biglang lumusot na. So, this is, mas nauna talaga tong XRP, unfortunately, na, na nagpakita ng bear. Ito yung bull trap nyo. Sayang. Kala natin, ito na yun, no? Tapos biglang bang. Actually, dapat dito pala, nag-short na tayo, no? Yung mga, pero kasi nag-hope pa kasi tayo. But yeah, I'm also learning right now how to do yung mga trigger style of trading. Subukan ko next time na triggers lang lahat, hindi yung market orders. I mean, market buy, market sell. Tapos pagka medyo nagamay ko na siya, pwede ko nang ituro. Right now kasi I don't wanna teach something na hindi ko pa talaga master. So yeah. Sabi ni Joshua, 80% of my airdrops are from Sol. Sobrang dami based on Sol. Yeah, boss, bakit kaya hindi nagka-ATH ETH this cycle? Ibig sabihin lang nun, mahina yung demand on ETH. So, unfortunately for ETH, I was hoping nga na mag 8K, 10K eh. Pero hindi talaga siya umabot dun sa ATH, no? Ay, teka, nag-ATH yata siya eh. Sorry. I think it did go to ATH. Ayan, no? ATH siya, no? Pero ATH na na bull trap. ATH bull trap tapos wala na, bagsak na. So GG. Legit po kaya ang alpha about kay XRP? What alpha is with XRP? Kro, boss, wala na ba? Yeah, magandang tanong yan si Kro. Si Kro, tingin ko wala na to eh. For now, ayun, lakas oh. Pero this is one, I think ito yung sinabi ko sa inyo guys na wala kong, I'm okay holding this and investing into this kahit na pumatay siya. And then I'll just, probably sell the spikes here. Kasi from what I understand, meron silang partnership with Trump eh. So baka mamaya magkaroon ng some kind of like catalyst. It will go up and then by the time, benta na ako. So naka-LP lang yung mga positions ko dito. Money I'm willing to lose. So, we'll see what's gonna happen. Ang goal ko kasi is, if hindi man siya, let's say, umabot dun sa level na mga gusto ko, at least meron akong card na, card. Meron kasi silang priority pass for members. So, you can use it if you want VIP lounges, if you travel, or madalas ka mag-travel. If you get like a VIP card, so, yeah, pwede. Tapos, may rewards kasi siya weekly na CRO tokens. So to me, again, fundamental, it's money I can afford to lose. I don't really recommend it to people. Nagayahin ako doon unless meron din kayong pera pang sunog and wala kayong, like, okay lang sa inyo na maghintay ng matagal dito. Big factor din po, Boss Z, na ni-recognize ng NYSE ang Sol. Nasa Wall Street na sila eh. Yes. So, Franco, yan talaga important na nire-recognize siya ng mga institutions. Kasi yung mga institutions na yan, whether we like it or not, sila yung sasalo eh. Sila yung mga bibili niyan. And unfortunately, for these ETFs na na-approve, di ba ngayon lang sila talagang na-approve? So guys, here's something that's probably not news to a lot of you. Yung mga ETFs na yan na bumibili nitong mga funds, especially kung sobrang dami na nila or parang basically they're mandated to be buying these tokens as part of their investment bags, no? Tapos i-offer nila sa mga clients nila. That is already an indication of a mass distribution that's happening. So ibig sabihin nun, like may exit liquidity na eh. So hindi na siya ganun kabilis bumagsak. Hindi din nila pwedeng mabilisan ibagsak yung mga holdings nila kasi malalaman agad eh. So slowly yan. I'm not sure kung anong plano ni na Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy and whoever it is na perma-bull sa Bitcoin. But to me, guys, if you are not them, or wala kayo dun sa level na yun, na wala kayong extra money, para gayahin yung mga moves nila na kunwari, or hindi natin alam, baka mamaya nagsisell sila sa ibang entities, no? If hindi kayo katulad nila when it comes to money, please wag yung gayahin. Retail traders, act as retail traders. Or kung yung size nyo, pang shrimp, edi wag kayong mag-act like a whale na binibili nyo lahat ng dip. Sila kasi unli yung funds nila eh. Yung funds nila, baka mamaya, hindi naman sa kanila. It's just like client funds, ganyan. Manalo matalo, may pera sila. So hindi dapat ganun. We should understand asan tayo sa market cycle and then from there, act accordingly. Doon tayo mabubuhay. Doon tayo magda-thrive. Alright? So, ang dami ko nga gustong actually short eh. Ito si Zek, gusto ko rin sana to. Isang bot pa lang yung na-activate dito eh. Kasi iniisip ko baka mamaya mag 800, 900. I don't know. Ang lakas kasi ng Maze, pero ang laki din ng inakyat niya. So, I'm just being very careful about this. Okay, so the things that I'm doing at the moment, I'm looking for those tokens na pwede kong bibilhin during the bear market. So again, I'm just gonna go through them. What are the things that I'm looking at? Ano yung mga plano kong bilhin? Alright? So kung wala siya, hindi ko siya na-mention, then probably it's not in my fundamental list. Okay, so first is Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I plan to buy here sa 50, 40, 25. So my plan is to LP this starting at 90K or actually dapat mas maganda kung dito sa 75 eh. From 75 down to 20K. Tapos, iba't ibang LPs yung gagawin ko sa kanya. Papakita ko sa inyo guys later how it looks like in Meteora. Para lang may idea kayo. Part 2 is gonna happen on Wednesday. So again, get the roll if wala pa kayong roll. So that's my plan for Bitcoin. The next would be Ethereum. For Ethereum naman, unfortunately, hindi siya ganun kalakas as opposed to the other tokens. So, yung magiging low ko dito is around 1,000 eh. So, sasagarin ko siya from 3,000 to 1,000. Pero yan, yun yung magiging range ko. 1,000 kasi baka lang naman, baka mamaya ito yung magiging pulutan niya kasi hindi siya umahabot talaga eh. Like, unfortunately, hindi siya yung lumipad-lumipad, no? It just came to 80H, that's it. Sinundot niya lang and then afterwards bumalik. So that to me is a sign of weakness eh. A lack of demand. And so ETH probably pero konti lang. Next is Sol. Now this one, Sol is a little bit special. Ito yung nagpayaman sa atin eh. So for Sol, I'm going to have it here around 40 to 30. So we're just doing the same or something similar to what I've been doing with Bitcoin. So again, just measuring the highs and the lows. And then from there, hanapin ko lang si 78. So somewhere here, right? 78%, that's 70K. And then, ito yung gitna eh, actually somewhere here. So 70 to 40. That's going to be the bulk of where I'm gonna be catching Solana. And syempre, hindi ko alam kasi baka mamaya mag-touch pa dito ulit. Pero ito 40, baka bulk dito na ako mamimili. So, grabe no. Lala bumalik na siya eh. So ideally, kung kung magre-retrace back, maganda kung mag-retrace muna or mag-bounce dito sa 151. And kung pwede pa nga, bumisita ulit dito eh, no? Sa mga 180. Ito yung tingin ko na sagad eh, si 180. I don't think 187 to 190 will aabot pa tayo dito. Kasi ang lakas ng downtrend eh, unless mag-steady consume na tayo, tapos may rally, no? parang trap rally. Yan yung tawag ko trap rally. So, again, maganda sana kung bagsak muna or kung ito na ba talaga yung low, bagsak, then hindi na siya going down. But if it does go lower, then it could go here to here, 120. So currently naka-LP ako kay Sol, thinking that it might overshoot, just in case it will overshoot, and then biglang magra-rally. So the rally, it could go somewhere 151, probably 170. So that's going to be my short opportunity for Sol. So again, we're just looking at the weekly on this one, and it's just terrible, guys. And yung mga levels na nilagay ko kanina, yan, mga ano lang din yan Mga MEs lang din yan, no? So, malala, guys. So, Sol, ETH, Bitcoin, and then I have BNB. So, one of the OG tokens. So, BNB is going to be another one. And for BNB, I think nakalagay na dito These are the one 300. Itong 300. So medyo iba yung ano ko dito, yung approach ko dito. Pero yeah, here. So somewhere here 450. So basically 400 for an overshoot, and then just in case lang, then somewhere at 300 as well, provide liquidity. So again, my plan is bulk of my liquidity that I'm going to be adding is here. Pero it doesn't mean that I won't be providing liquidity from this point to here. May ano yan may reasons ako behind. Siguro on Wednesday, let's have a Q&A for this one. But later I'll try to give you some of my insights or some of my thoughts regarding this strategy. So the next is BGB. So BGB, ito maganda to kasi malinis. Tingnan mo. Ito pwede low nito. Nagkaroon tayo ng ano. So actually hindi dapat dito Mas lower pa dapat, somewhere here. Alright. So here 2.1, and then just in case I'm gonna put some at 1 as well. Now unfortunately for BGB, hindi siya listed. It's not in Solana. Unfortunately. Alam ko nagkaroon ng BGB sa Solana, pero ngayon parang wala ng liquidity And I wanted to LP here sana kay BGB. Probably ang gagawin ko sa kanya is sa spot grid ko na lang siya. So, or I'm just gonna wait na lang na bababa talaga siya dito bago ako bumili. So, that's BGB, that's BNB, and then we have OKB. This one is for, OKB. So people who are using OKX like me. For OKB, very nice yung kanyang chart. Somewhere over here. Yan. So this one is the low over here. Ito naman medyo ano to Kasi this one was the burn, no? So to me, I'm just gonna wait for this area over here. So that's kind of like the highs of the previous ones. So 76.8, 79.64, that's going to be my initial. Pero in case lang talaga na it will drop some more, then I'm just gonna do 100%, which is around 40. I wouldn't say kasi na 100% itong C30 pero baka ito. For OKB, I don't think this is also in Solana, so baka mamaya grids na lang din to. Spot grid ang gagawin ko for this. But definitely it's going to be one of my buys. And I think it's important na malaman nyo rin kasi wait. I'm not sure if you guys see this. By the way, since we're talking about OKX, OKB, do you guys see my screen right now? Ito yung pinost ko recently about like where I'm putting my tables. Anyone? Wala ba? Okay, anyways. Kita. Oo. Ayan, sige. So guys, I posted about it in my Reels. I'm not sure if it's Reels or post, but I posted about it, and then ito na siya guys, this Monday lang na lumabas itong 10.95 USDG. So, Friday yata ako or Thursday ako nag-add So, the next MMU will see kung magkano yung kikitain niya. Baka kasi mamaya, like, I wanna know kung magkano. Kasi 10% yung bigay niya eh. If it's beyond 10,000 USD, then it's 5% na after the 10K. So kung 10K itong 10K na to, that's 10%. Itong $10 na to, that will earn some 5% in a year. Hindi every week. Baka may isipin niya every week. So guys, my job for you is to follow something similar like this. Ito. So, very, very, very quickly lang. Jai, kita naman to, no? Taka, iba pala yung nakikita. Kasi ito na lang, hindi ko na lang siya i-anin. Sige. So, I'm not sure if you were able to see yung previous na MMUs or the previous posts in our YouTube. But basically, this is kind of like your filter. This is the super filter. What to buy, where, and what to buy during a bull market or saan yung mga outliers. So, unfortunately, nasa bear market tayo. Fortunately and unfortunately. So, the unfortunately part is that we're in a bear market. The fortunately part is that we would be able to very much clearly see which ones are the outlier during the bear market. Kasi kung malakas talaga yung isang token, maggagawa yan ng outs or fast trail. And then people who enrolled in technical intensive, maybe you can type TI in the chat. Yung mga may planong mag-enroll sa TI. Ito, you're very familiar with this. This is how to create your super filter. And this is how to find sino yung mga outliers. So, yung RSI, yan yung hindi natin masyado nini-discuss, di ba? Pero that, you can see that 50 RSI, pag nabasag yan, bull area na tayo. So, hanapin natin yung mga tokens na yun, no? Yung mga pupunta dito sa RSI 50. And then, syempre, itong mga zones important eh. Pero, just familiarize, just remember your training, just remember the system. It's as easy as this. Pwede din kayo maghanap ng mga outliers na pwede nyo i-short. Baliktarin nyo lang to. You get to find ano yung mga pwede nyo i-short. So, let's just be practical a little bit, guys. I want you to see this. And this is very important. Because if you have not yet heard me say this, then you're hearing me saying it now. This is what you need to do. All right, 50, remove half. Okay, remove half, remove 50% of whatever you have in the markets and stay cash and stables. So kanina pinakita ko sa inyo yung stables, saan ko nilalagay yung mga stables ko. I showed you DeFi Tuna, I showed you in OKXPay. So meron pa sa Jupiter Lend, malalaki yung interest rates nila. So it's bigger than the bank. The bank, I saw the dollar rate, it's like what, 1 to 1%? Or 1.7%, ganyan, pero naka-lock pa and stuff like that. Here, anytime you can withdraw. So anyways, remove half of that. Alright? Ilagay nyo sa bank account nyo, even if it's peso, it's fine. What's important is pera na siya. Hindi siya magic money lang na nandyan somewhere na hindi alam ng asawa mo or na kung sino man. Basta meron ka ng something. You have something to show for. Hindi siya digital lang. Right? Nandyan lang, basta. Dapat nasa GCash, Maya, nasa whatever foreign bank account you have, basta dapat kalahati niyan nakakash na. Okay? Now, ito nagawa ko na to. I was able to already withdraw half. As in half talaga. I made sure of that. More than half pa nga eh. Yung meron ako ngayon, extra na lang na naka-reroll. So, 25%, here's something that I need you to do. Now that you have taken out half, whatever it is from the markets, right? Again, profits, kung profits yan, or kung wala kayong profits, okay lang kahit capital. 25%, ano yung natira? Reroll nyo sa trading. So, if you want to be here for, your whatever style that you're learning, whether it is short-term swing trading, scalping, swing trading, trend following, going down, dapat meron kayong natira kasi kailangan nyo ng something para you can still trade and you're not out of the market. Kasi again, I want you guys to be wide awake, eyes wide open when this bear market is unfolding. Why? Because kailangan tumatak yan. Again, hindi nyo kailangan mag-trade kung ayaw nyo. Hindi nyo kailangan mag-trade. Kung gusto nyo demo, fine. What's important lang is that hindi kayo dapat na nakapikit during this time. Kasi once you're able to see how the bear market works, how the cycle goes, then you would know how to react and you would not fear when the bear market comes the second time, the third time, the fourth time comes around. You would be happy pa nga eh, or you would be tawag nito, excited kasi, uy, meron ako mas-short, uy, mabibili ko to ng mga mura, uy, I know how to play this game already kasi nadaanan ko na to eh. So, again, 25% keep it. The next 25%, ito yung medyo gusto ko tong gawin. And kung, again, sa AG ko to sinasabi eh. I'll say this later sa AG natin dito sa ating Crypto Wonderland na channel. So, for those of you who are citizens and you would be able to see this. But basically, yung AG natin, like every day, nakikita niyo ako dun, I post, I show up, I just say check, just for the sake of being present. I'm not doing it just for you guys. I'm giving you some kind of a model, right? Like a model where, hey, ano bang dapat natin gawin during a bear market? So, yung check na yan, it's just me signifying that I'm present, I'm here, I'm looking at the markets, and I'm looking for opportunities where I can, park my money, or basically, how I am sharpening my edge over the rest of the people who are lazy. Okay, so yung check na yan, hindi lang yan check just because I want to check in. Whether or not you are in gain, in profit, or whether you're at a loss, getting into the markets when you don't even feel like it, that is discipline. And that discipline is something that you must cultivate. And it will be the best time to cultivate when we are here in the bear market where opportunities are very less. Kasi kailangan maging selective ka sa mga ganitong bagay. Alright? So, itong sinasabi ko na vest, right? This is another thing that baka mamaya, ano yung vest na yan? So, I had this idea of, let's say, yung 25% na naiwan is i-vest ko siya, meaning every month, binabayaran ko yung sarili ko certain amount. Let's say, if I have 100,000 USD, divide by 12, and that is, or let's say, divide by 24, kasi I'm expecting, let's say, what if 24, 2 years yung bear market, right? The last time, it was 3, almost 3. So, kung ganun katagal yung bear market, then, I don't want na masunog lahat yung, baka mamaya 25% of the 50% na natira, sunog agad on the first month. And so, this 25% na ginagawa natin, it's a way for us to protect our psychology. It's a way for us to make sure that we are prepared emotionally, psychologically, for any months that we don't make money. So, let's say, nasunog ako this month. Alright, nahit yung stop ko, or nahit yung value budget ko for this month. Nasunog ko, let's say, 50k pesos. Okay, stop na. Next month ulit, I'll try again. Alright, so at least meron kang nasa isip mo na, sige, I can try again next month. So, kung ayan, I was put out of the market this month early, okay, stop muna. I'll still watch the market, but hindi ako magte-trade. So that's kind of like your stop yourself or save yourself from yourself, right? Kasi baka mamaya yung iba sa inyo magda-downward spiral. So how can you do this? Baka pwedeng gumamit kayo ng smart contract, na i-invest niya yung sahod mo, quote-unquote, for the next 2 years. And you ever, no? Again, kung wala kayong disiplina na baka may withdraw nyo kasi yung cash bigla. E di, invest nyo na lang. Kung hindi pwede, di pa, pahawak nyo kung kanino na mapagkatiwalaan naman. Like, pwedeng bigyan sa asawa nyo, okay, sweldohan mo ako ng ganitong amount every month. Sayang, di ba? So, sweldohan ko yung sarili ko with the money that I made. Wow! Pero, it's gonna actually help you. So, this is for you. These are just practical hacks that I've been thinking what to do for us to be able to thrive. Lastly, ito yung gusto kong makita ninyo. So, what if lugi ka? What if lugi ka in a month, right? So, this is what I suggest everybody do. constantly withdraw trading gains, okay? Kung gain kayo, kumuha kayo ng percentage, and kung hindi man kayo kumita for the month, yung yield na lang. Alright? It's very important na meron kayong something na ma-withdraw because this will help your psychology when the time comes na ayaw nyo na mag-trade. Alright? Probably because may nangyaring, let's say, ang lala ng hit nyo sa market, right? Nakakawalang gana. Parang lahat na lang ako deposit, walang withdraw. Hindi, guys. Dapat ito, gain, panalo or talo, dapat meron kayong ma-withdraw. So that's why I'm also encouraging people get into LPs kasi it will help you with the mindset. So isipin nyo, parang whenever you get into the markets, right, and you're thinking na, probably I'm gonna be using this money for my tuition. Pwede nyo isipin na yes, tuition siya, pero pwede nyo ring isipin, like, ima-mindset nyo na yung sarili ninyo. Kasi there was a question last Saturday sa akin na parang, okay, bakit ako mag-LP kung alam kong babagsak yung market? Alam kong babagsak yung price. Now, this is the reason why. You have to put into LPs, you have to put into some sort of passive. Like, you can put it into lending. Kung ayaw nyo mag-LP, lagay nyo sa lending para at least kumikita ka ng interest. So that interest alone, from the yields, from the lending, those are the ones that will kind of give you some sort of consolation or satisfaction that you're still getting money out of the market. So, important yun. So, okay lang ba maglagay ng DeFi, maglagay sa DeFi tuna sa Kajup blend kahit bear market? Dan, yes. I would say yes. This is, kumbaga parang, there will be risk. Kaya sinasabi ko sa inyo, make sure that you diversify. Kasi again, hindi natin alam eh. Baka mamaya, like platform risk, pwedeng mahack. So, kung nahack siya, edi at least isang platform lang, hindi lahat ng pera nyo nandun. I wouldn't say safe 100% yung mga exchanges kasi syempre nangyari din si FTX. Pero what I can say though is that, you know, if matagal na sila sa market, hindi lang yan bagong exchange lang na nangyari or lumabas, then most likely may pag-asa yan. Kahit si Binance may risk pa rin dyan, no? Pero I'm just saying that you park it into different exchanges, different platforms because you never know. And I think sa masterclass, sa Web3 masterclass, Jake is going to be also giving you some lessons. So yung mga gusto mag-sit in, people who took the Web3 masterclass or people na nandun sa LP voucher, if you guys want to upgrade your course to Web3 masterclass, meron tayong mga options dyan so that you don't have to pay the whole Web3 masterclass course. Inaaral pa namin guys yung pricing pero what we're planning to do is to make sure that even in the bear market, especially if you want to risk with the airdrops for the next year or what, kasi yung airdrops na yan, pwede ding malaki yung kita mo dyan eh, versus yung interest that you'll be getting. Dapat lang maging maaga ka and you make sure that yung safety checks andyan. And very important din na malaman ninyo na during bear market, the interest rates are gonna go low kasi wala masyadong demand eh for the stables. Not people are all, risk on. Kaya extra ingat lang when it comes to this bear market, no? Baka mamaya masilaw kayo sa mga high inflated na mga interest or yields. Baka mamaya biglang 20%, 30% yung binibigay monthly sa stables nyo. Pag may ganyan, medyo extra ingat kasi hindi mo alam, baka lock yung funds nyo or baka mamaya irarag pull kayo sa last month. So, extra careful lang because dadami yung mga tao na magiging masipag sa pag-i-scam because ito na yung tail end of the harvest season. So, parang wrapping up, let's scam everyone that can be scammed. Parang ganun yung mangyayari. So, make sure lang na, again, diversified kayo. So, ayan. Isang tip para ma-lessen konta ma-hack is to have a separate phone for OTPs if you have extra phone lang din. Yes, bro. Very good tip yan. Dapat meron kang hiwalay talaga na phone. Yung 10% sa OKX kaya, boss, hanggang kailan yun? This is one time eh. I think, I don't know kung hanggang kailan to. So, basta for me, hanggang sa magbibigay sila ng 10%. And again, up to 10K lang yung USDG na pwede doon. The rest is 5% lang yung binibigay lang extra. OKX Pay. So, buti na lang, dalawang account ko. No? One for me, one for my wife. So, pwedeng up to 20K. So, ganun pwedeng mga tactics na gawin nyo, no? Kung like if you have if you have a husband, a wife, make them an account tapos yun ang gawin nyo para makakuha kayo ng bonus na allocation. Classic by the book strategies. So guys, how do I put things in action? Kasi hindi naman pwede tayo puro salita, no? I'm gonna show you like what I personally do. And I'm gonna run you through the mindset as well as to how I do it. So right now, andito tayo sa DeFi 2 na itong Lend. Again, sobrang I had around 200k USDC and USDT. Sabi ko, gusto ko like sige na nga, parang sobrang special case nito. Na nabigla akong napa-impulse buy dito kay Bitcoin kasi sabi ko like baka magba-bounce to, or if it bounces at least meron akong hawak. I'm just gonna put it in Lend. I'll sell it a little bit for kung umakyat siya ng a few thousands, or kung kailangan ko mag-cut-loss, cut-loss ako. Konti lang naman, hopefully, no? But here, for example, in Meteora, I have already put, let's say my airdrop for Meteora is here. Alright? And ito, nakikita niyo yung mga yields na nandito. These are, you have hype pa pala. Hindi ko pala nalagay sa I haven't put this yet doon sa list natin. Pero, hype, again, BNB, Ethereum, Solana, andito na. Si Sui, baka mamaya tatanggalin ko na siya doon sa investing list ko. I just need to verify some stuff and then baka tanggalin ko na siya most likely by today. But yes, Solana, Ethereum, BNB, and also Hype. These are the main things that I want to be buying. I'll most likely be buying as well some Bitcoin, adding it here. Pero I'm gonna show you guys on Wednesday na lang yung Bitcoin. But for now, you can see here that I have unclaimed fees, 7.21k. I'm not gonna claim everything. Siguro ito lang si MET-USDC. So I'm just gonna go here to MET-USDC just so you can see, like, have a visual example, no? Paano to gagawin. So ito yung yields. These are yields that I get from LPing. I don't plan, again, hindi ko to plano na hawakan forever. Pagka nag-rally to, bebenta ko na siya. Marami na akong na-withdraw dito. So originally, this was 200k. Marami nang na-convert dyan into stables. And here you get to see, for example, okay, let's say you're accumulating Bitcoin USDC, or let's say I'm accumulating MET and USDC, right? I'll claim this. And what I want to be doing is to withdraw my USDC. Do you guys see my wallet ba? Teka, I'm not sure kasi kung nakita niyo yung wallet ko dito eh. Jai, kita ba yung wallet? Okay, sige. So, I have OKX wallet and also the Phantom wallet. So, the Phantom wallet, basically, itong ZFix Sol na nakikita niyo lagi, na dala-dala ko, or hawak-hawak ko, that is the wallet where I actively like trade or what, right? And then itong si OKX wallet, this is the wallet where I put my yields to work. So ito yung wallet wherein ready na siya for withdrawal. And so, dapat pala dito Solana network yan, copy. So the yields that I got here from Meteora, itong CUSDC, I'm gonna send that over to the OKX. So this is the example of me, alright, making sure that I take out something from the markets. Hindi na yan babalik sa market. Right? Except siguro itong si DeFi 2 na Bitcoin, na pag bumagsak yan, may ibabalik ako sa market. But here, I'm just gonna put it here, and I think I wanna put some in Jupiter Lend. Okay. So, if you guys get to see Jupiter Lend, mas malaki yung APY niya when it comes to USDC. Some tokens, malaki din yung yield yung bigay, like USDG. Itong si USDG, sayang sana na naaral ko siya ng mas maaga kasi tingnan nyo guys, USDG 7% yung yield, laki. As opposed to USDC na 5% lang. Si USDT sobrang liit 4.65 lang. USDS hindi ko to naaral, and that's why even if mataas yung APY niya, I'm not gonna put anything here. Pero even if I wanted to, right? Even if I wanted to put some here, unfortunately mukhang puno na siya. So the only siguro ang pwede ko lang paglagyan is USDC eh. So sinubukan ko na rin naman to. I'm gonna just disconnect here and then connect my OKX wallet. So again, this OKX wallet is just kind of like while waiting for funds to be withdrawn, kasi ayoko naman nasa peso lang siya right now, I'm just gonna put it here into USDC. And then within the month may wini-withdraw talaga ako. Hindi pwedeng wala. So if you notice, that's negative 3,000 and it's gonna be converted into JITO USDC. So ang makukuha ko naman dito is USDC na sorry, anong tawag nito? Pagka winidraw ko siya, babalik naman yan as USDC. So it's fine. Baka mamaya kasi magtaka kayo, bakit sobrang bumaba yung yung ano yan? Ang meron ako is JITO USD. Hindi naman yun yung gusto ko. Gusto ko USDC yan. So, yung APY niya dito, kaya nagiging 5.26 is because there's like some rewards that they're putting into this. So yan, deposit is here. That's for anong tawag nito? Again, money that I will not be putting back into the markets. This is money that will be withdrawn when the time comes, no? And so, what happens to the Meteora? What happened to the Meteora position? Anong gagawin natin dito? I still am bullish here, pero unfortunately, sentiment pa rin, di ba? Mananaig. So, if the sentiment is not really that good at the moment, then mas maganda kung ibenta ko na lang. Pero ang tanong is like, okay, let's just say, for example, iniipon ko yung Meteora ko. Iniipon ko yung Meteora ko, or iniipon ko yung Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, BNB, the stuff that I told you that I will be accumulating for the planting season. What I will be doing is, I can put the Meteora here, right back here, or, since I know that it's going to be a downtrend soon, kasi this one is medyo trading yung range na to. Parang siniswing trade ko, tapos I'm earning yields like while prices is within this range. Now, what if gusto kong gawin, if I know that it's already a bear market, then ang gagawin ko, convert ko itong Meteora. Right? Convert Meteora into USDC, and then afterwards, ilalagay ko siya dito as USDC. So this way, I would be able to buy back Meteora at a lower price. And nag-iipon ako. So, hindi ko siya this is not an actual, this is basically very theoretical. Pero if let's say, yung gusto kong mangyari is, sige, dagdagan ko tong pool, i-reroll ko lahat ng Meteora yields ko dito sa pool na to, believing that, price will still trade here, and pagka nangyari yan, i-withdraw ko yung USDC ko, I will earn more fees. And then, syempre, because kinita ko yan eh. So guys, kita nyo, kaka-withdraw lang natin. Meron na tayong $5 ulit dahil volatile siya. So, this is the re-roll. Meron tayong fund na withdraw, making sure it's protected. Hindi na natin siya isasauli sa market. And then we have a re-roll amount. So, pwedeng gawin din, another style is sell half of this. Right? $3,000 yan. Pagkalahatiin mo, at least 1.5K. And so, half of that is Meteora, half of it is in USDC. I put it back all in the pool. So, it could be something like that as well. It could work like that. Now, another thing that I want to show you guys is ito. So, let's say USDC. Itong si Ethereum, or itong si BNB na lang. Very practical. So, I said earlier that I'm buying BNB 300 to 400, right? So, ganito yung itsura niya. I'm allocating around 30K to this pool of BNB USDC. If you're part of the Web3 Masterclass, you'll be able to get yung mga links at saka lahat ipoprovide ko sa inyo. So guys, you can see here, there's ranges. There's one for 300. There's one for 400. So again, 299, almost 300. This one is 398 or 400. And then there's like a short-term range, 650. So saan natin kinuha yung si 650? Let's try BNB. Check BNB, okay. 650, somewhere over here. So, bakit tayo naglagay dito? Bakit hindi mas malalim? Kasi baka mamaya maging outlier to. So, to me, gusto ko lang din na magkaroon ako ng... kasi hindi naman yan dire-diretso dito eh. Babagsak yan, yes. Pero gusto ko na bumili ako ng additional gusto ko bumili ng maaga ng mga BNB so that I can enjoy some of the fees that will come out of it as it trades here. So you can see, again, 3 layers, 300, 400, and 650. Lahat yan naka-bid-ask. Right? So lahat yan 915 basing on the prices that we have. Right now, the current price is 911. So you can see lahat ako yan, 1, 2, 3. Lahat 100%. That's my ownership here. Meaning, ako yung exchange. So, lahat kayo, pagka nagtatrade ng BNB sa Solana, yung liquidity ko, yung ginagamit ng mga tao. And because they're using my liquidity, that means nang-omission ako. So, since konti lang yung, ang tawag nito. Since konti lang naman yung nilagay ko na money dito, na USDC, then konti lang yung yields ko kasi hindi pa naman siya na-activate eh. Pero the lower it gets, like for example here at 650, right? The lower this gets, the thicker it gets, the more commission or the more, I would say, yields that I will get. So again, that's the reason why meron akong isang maaga para once umabot ako sa 650, I'll withdraw this and then I'll be allocating it here sa dalawang to. Tapos naka-spot na lang siya instead na bid-ask. So, ideally, pagka natapos yung one-sided, halimbawa, pumunta to ng mga 350, meaning this is liquidated to the BNB side. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the liquidity here and then put it in a spot position here. So this one, talagang kinuha niya from 300 to 915. Pero, by the time siguro na, i-recalibrate ko yung range, baka mamaya mga 1,000 or 1,200 yung magiging range ko sa upper limit naman. But as you can see guys, 30K allocated here. So again, a portion of my extra funds, yung nakita nyo, naalala nyo yung sa PowerPoint presentation natin, 25% vest and invest into long-term bets through LPs. So this is going this and this. So, kung hindi ako kikita sa trading ko, I will get yields so that meron akong napupull out sa market. And again, yung mindset ko is, itong total liquidity ko, itong investment ko dito, yes, babagsak to. It's gonna go down in value. But since we're strategically placing our liquidity into very strategic points, price level, price ranges, it means that konti lang yung damage. Hindi siya yung talagang sobrang laking damage if ever mag-full swing tayo ng bear market. You're gonna be earning fees, you're gonna be re-rolling half of it you're gonna be taking out of the market. And again, our expectation is babagsak siya. Yes, it's okay because nag-iipon tayo. Now, why are we doing this? Why don't we just do this pagka naging 50% discount na si market? Why do it now? Why not do it when everything is 50% off? And the reason is because what I just told you, you need to have a way to trick your mind or to condition your mind that you're still making money in the markets. You're still present in the markets. And so this is going to secure your psychology. This is going to secure helping you have that mind of hindi ko kailangan ma-pressure sa market and I'm okay prices go 650, 400, 300. Why? Because I am expecting it. I am expecting that this is gonna happen. So, I'm fine. I'm okay with it. Gusto ko bumili at a discount. Do you get, guys, the importance of it? Is it kind of like giving you some clarity? Does it make sense? Yun na lang yung tanong ko sa inyo. Baka mamaya hindi nagme-make sense itong sinasabi ko sa inyo. Medyo, this is coming from me being an investor na eh. Pero, this is more for investors. Basically, itong sinasabi ko sa inyo na to, this is how you will thrive. This is how you will survive the bear market. This is how you will protect yourselves from the volatility. And volatility will now become more of a opportunity instead of you thinking that, oh no, the market's gonna come after me. Oh no, babagsak na. Oh no, wala nang way para kumita sa market. Ganon. Bali, in essence, boss, parang front run na din ng planting season. Yes, Jarius, yes. Kailangan natin i-front run si planting season. But more than that, more than front running the planting season, it's more of conditioning your mind of what's to come. Ganun siya. Kasi imagine if meron tayong di ba? Like there's a very popular saying during wartime. I think it's in The Art of War by Sun Tzu. If it's better to be a warrior in the garden than to be a gardener and then in time of war, right? Like hindi kayo handa sa what's to come, right? People are not preparing themselves for what's to come. What people most of the time are prepared for is just looking at the rewards, looking at what I can earn from the markets. People are not looking into the risks. And in the markets, it's important to really consider the risk. Always play with the risks in mind. Because if you're ready with that, you will thrive. Because, yes, hindi ka, let's say, nakailang cuts ka, but that one risk you took, parang took care of all the losses, took care of all the missed opportunities, took care of all your losses. Yun, sulit talaga. And that's gonna happen again and again and again. Until either, the people who are veterans in the market will thrive and the people who are just new and yung mga nakikibandwagon lang sa social media because it's the in thing to do. Now, oh, wow, invest into crypto, cool, right? Those people, they're gonna be gone. And then, hindi ko alam, baka mamaya kung paano sila kikita, I don't know. But this is going to be my strategy moving forward. These are the things that I wish I knew, that I wish I did, that I am doing this season. And ang masasabi ko, like I'm gonna tell the markets or people in the, like people who are participating here, like, man, I came prepared. Hindi ako nagsayang ng oras just for this. I came prepared. I am happy that the bear market is coming, not just because of the cleansing that's happening, but because of the opportunity that's about to come to us. So hopefully this session, you learned something from it. Hopefully it will bear you good yields. And see you guys on Wednesday, because Wednesday, again, standby na lang sa magiging announcements. Again, this is free if you have the OKX XZFT role. We're gonna be talking about like some inputs, AMA on the ranges. We're gonna be talking more about these things. Baka mamaya nag-reiterate lang din ako pero you are going to be learning my ranges, the grid bots as well. Ituturo ko sa kung paano ko ginagawa, ano yung itsura nun. And basically, we'll just, let's just hang out in a more technical deep dive way where I'm putting my money on in all of the chaos that's happening in the markets right now. So again, guys, stay safe out there. Please do not get sucked into these narratives na magkakaroon pa ng bull at 150, 300k Bitcoin. It's gonna be very hard for these people. But for you guys, I'd say you're gonna make it. Sasabihin ko sa inyo, guys, you're gonna make it. Again, if you want to be part of that AG, if you want to do your check, again, that check does not just represent na nag-check-in lang kayo dito sa Discord. No. It's a sign of your commitment, that you're showing up, that you're preparing, that you're doing what you can so that you will thrive in the markets. Anything else, Jai, before we end? Wala. Ayan. Sige. Monad. Teka, check nga natin. Meron akong dump na ba? Ito yata yan Monad. Ito, Bitmart. Ito, to. Oh, ayun. Boom. Laser sword. Saan mo to pwede? Sa Coinbase na? Ayun, kasi kailangan ko siyang, baka mamaya meron na akong Dito na ba, in airdrop ba or i-claim mo siya? Ah, gets. Okay. Paano na lang guys, kasi may ticket din ako eh. I just need to know what to do. Wala eh, ang dami eh. Yeah. Mm. Ako pa yung magkakaraoke, ano? Sige. Alright. Thank you guys, everyone. Stay safe. Bye-bye. See you again on the next Money Market Updates.